All right, today we're looking at the monstrous Qosmio 505 by Toshiba. This thing is absolutely huge, and if you can't get kind of like the size of it, take a look. I mean, let me put it in front of me. This is an 18.4-inch laptop. It's absolutely huge. It's monstrous. It's got everything you can imagine. 4 gigabytes of memory, a Core i7 quad-core with hyper-threading, a Blu-ray player, a huge display, a 12-cell lithium-ion battery. It's absolutely incredible. Let's take a look at it. Now, first of all, this is literally the biggest laptop that Toshiba makes, Qosmio line. It is a full-on multimedia machine. Gaming, movie editing, whatever you want to throw at this thing, it will do it. It has a 1.6 gigahertz Intel Core i7 mobile. It's actually the i7 QM series, but basically it's 1.6 normally. It can go up to 2.8 gigahertz in turbo mode. So if you're running a single-threaded application that doesn't use all 4 or actually all 8 threads, because it does have hyper-threading, it will overclock a single core all the way up to 2.8 gigahertz, making it extremely, extremely fast for all your average applications. It will really give you a big boost in performance, but it'll save power when you're not basically using it. 4 gigabytes of DDR3 memory are also on board. A 500 gigabyte SATA hard drive gives you plenty of space. Plus, it actually has the area or the dock for an additional hard drive. So if you wanted to run 2 500 gigabyte hard drives, you could do that and have a terabyte on here, no problem. Now, it is a glossy front, 18.4 inch with a very interesting resolution. This resolution is actually 1680 by 945. So it is high def. It will do 720p, no problem, but it will not do 1080p, but that's not really a big concern because it's going to automatically scale up. Now, this does have a dedicated graphics card, which is very nice. It's actually got the GeForce GTS 360 mobile, and it's got 1 gigabyte of GDDR5. Okay, so get that. It's got 1 gigabyte of GDDR5 internal, but it has over 1.2 gigabytes more of shared memory, which you can actually share from the DDR3, from the 4 gigs of DDR3 that you have. So you can get a total of up to almost 2.3 gigabytes of frame buffer memory for the graphics card. It's going to give you huge, huge, huge performance increases compared to just the regular card, even with less memory or without the GDDR5 memory. So very, very impressive as far as that's concerned. Now, it does also have a full keyboard. It's got the large flat keys that I very much like. It's also backlit, which is really cool. When you're on planes, when you're playing video games at night in the dark, it's really nice, and it actually kind of like will turn off when you're not using it, but when you hit a key again, it'll backlight up. It does have a full number pad over here, which is important to notice as well, because a lot of people want to have number pads, and on an 18.4, you can obviously imagine it's going to have a number pad. Media keys are over here on the left-hand side. Basically, you can turn on your music players, switch tracks, and control your volume. They are all touch or whatnot. You also have a touchpad, which is very, very nice, multi-gesture. It will do pinch and scroll and zoom and all that good stuff. 2 buttons and then a button on the front with the little red bar up here that's lit up. If you turn off the trackpad, it will turn off, and that shows you the trackpad is now off. You turn it back on, and it comes right back on. So very, very nice. Also, this thing is fully equipped as far as connectivity goes. 10100 1000 Ethernet, NDRAF wireless, 802.11. 802.11n, and then on top of that, 2.1 Bluetooth, so the EDR, enhanced data rates. Now, taking a quick tour, starting off over here on the left-hand side, on the far back, this is your 10100 1000 Ethernet port, or gigabit. This is a combo USB-E SATA port, which is really cool, but also it's extra cool because it actually charges while the laptop is in sleep mode. So if you're in sleep and you want to charge your cell phone, let's say, you don't have to turn the computer on. That's going to save you a lot of battery. The second USB 2.0 port on this side, HDMI output right over here, and then this is the little small iLink FireWire. Also over here, very nice. This is your full-on Blu-ray drive as well as DVD Super Multi-Drive. It does have label flash, so it will do the images on the front of your discs. It's got dual lasers, obviously for Blu-ray and for DVD, and it's basically going to do just about everything you could possibly want. Right above it over here, you have a 54mm express card slot, so basically this laptop has everything you could possibly want. I don't know what you're going to add to this thing, but I guess a TV tuner could go in there, which is pretty cool. Now, moving on to the front, there's a little bit of stuff going on up in the front. You have a manual antenna switch, so if you want to turn off your wireless, it's right there. And then over here is your media card reader. I believe it's a 5-in-1 media card reader, so your SD cards and your XD cards and your MMC cards are all going to fit in there. Indicator lights. Over here, you have, I think, 5 indicator lights in total, wall power, power for the laptop, battery, hard drive activity light, and then your memory card activity light as well. Now, over here on the left-hand side, or on the right-hand side, I apologize, quite a few things going on. Now, first of all, I want to show you back here this power plug. It's just really impressive. Check this out. Look at the size of this power plug, because it's a Core i7, you know, dedicated graphics, lots of memory, huge screen, basically a desktop replacement. It's got a really big power cord, and also right behind it there's a Kensington lock space, just so you know, in case you want to lock this thing down in a dorm room or in a library. VGA output port if you want to set up a big external monitor, a USB 2.0 port, another USB 2.0 port, and then over here you have the inputs and the outputs for your headset and your microphone, which is really, really nice. Also, kind of want you guys to note that unlike most laptops where the heat comes out the side, on this one comes out the back. There are your two fan louvers. There's one here and there's one right there. That's where all the heat is going to escape out of this laptop. So it's going to keep your mouse, your gaming hand nice and cool and non-sweaty, and the same thing for the left-hand side. You're not outputting tons of heat because, again, this is a Core i7, the 720QM, so that's a very, very nasty processor, and that is going to give a lot of heat, as well as a dedicated graphics card is going to give off a lot of heat, so you want to keep this thing with the heat going away from your hands and not towards them. So you've basically seen it all. The only thing I haven't mentioned is the operating system, which is Windows 7 Home Premium 64-bit, obviously because it is 4GB system, and that's basically it. Very nice webcam, very nice chassis. It looks really nice. I didn't show you the back very much. Let me show you the back. There you go. Qosmio back, very, very pretty. Not much of a design. There actually is a gridding in here. I don't think we could ever show it to you on camera. See if you can zoom in there, Jimmy. Get all in there. Yes, there it is. You see it? It does have a very slight grid pattern throughout there, so that's very, very, you know, it's very subtle, but it looks really nice. Dark black with the red Qosmio. It looks really, really nice, so very nice. It's the X505 now. This is actually the Q870 configuration. There are multiple configurations on here, but this is the one with the Core i7 720QM processor, 4 gigs of RAM, the GTS 350 with 1 GB GDDR5, and the one single 500 gig hard drive, but there is still space for the second one. So sweet laptop, very, very large. It weighs almost 10 pounds. It's very heavy, but it's not meant for portability. It's meant for desktop replacement, and it's just as powerful, if not more powerful, than most people's desktops. It's the Q505. If you have any questions on it, feel free to email me, and I'll see you guys next time. For more information on the Toshiba Qosmio X505 18.4-inch gaming laptop, type in T78-18413 into any major search engine. For Computer TV, I'm Albert.